Hello everybody, my name is Elaine Watson and I have for you today a tutorial that I did for a couple of nails in a full set that I created for a charity called PolishedGirlz. They are the angel wing nails. I did this on both thumbnails so that when the thumbs are put together they create a set of angel wings. What you're seeing I'm doing right here is I'm mixing Cuccio Veneers 3D mixing powder with Verona lace from Cuccio Color Veneer. Cuccio Color Veneer is a soak-off gel. When you mix it with this powder, it becomes paste, kind of like a color acrylic would be when you're doing 3D design. Only the great thing about this is it won't cure until you put it in the lamp. The key to getting this right, though, is to get it to a point where it's a little bit pasty. You'll see I have it sped up here so you're not watching too much, but as you can see, the color's starting to come together. What I'm looking for as I'm adding powder is that it doesn't completely self-level out, that it holds its shape, but doesn't look really dry and granularly. I want it to be smooth and shiny. So now that I've gotten the consistency right, we're ready to begin the 3D project. Just so you know, what's in the heart-shaped dappen dish is actually Cuccio Color Veneer cleansing solution. While it has oil in it and, the typical chemicals in a cleanser, it works really good at keeping my brush clean, and occasionally I'll dip in it to add moisture to the ball so that my ball isn't too dry. Similar to the way that you would behave if you were using, acrylic and monomer. Imagine, dipping in the monomer to clean your brush as you're working. So what I'm doing now is I'm just basically starting feather by feather this angel wing set. And as you're spreading it out, you want to just press out the edges really thin, especially with this first layer of feathers, because I'm going to start building feathers on top. And so if you start too tall or too thick as you're doing these first few feathers, you'll end up having a hard time seeing the next layer of feathers. Sometimes when you do them thinner, they're kind of more less opaque. They're more kind of transparent. So when you're going to overlay the next layer, you can make those darker, make those more opaque, and it gives you more 3-dimension. So as you can see, I'm just building out the outer layers, doing the levels of feathers on the first run. I think this would be a good time to tell you a little bit about PolishedGirlz. PolishedGirlz charity was started by a young lady, Alana Wall. I believe she started it when she was only like 10, ridiculously young, because of the notoriety that she got from starting this charity. She was actually on Ellen DeGeneres' television show. She basically started a team of people who go to hospitals and hospices and they polish the nails of sick young children. And they just brighten their day. You should follow them. They're on, of course, Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. But what Alana asked me to do was a full set of nails on, self-adhesive tips, so that in February they can do an auction and help raise money for all of the costs that are incurred running their charity. So this, angel wing nail was inspired by her charity. I thought, well, first of all, the people who buy this set, whoever buys it, is an angel just for contributing money to Alana's charity. But also what she does with PolishedGirlz, I figure, she's an angel for what she does. So the thumbnails were an inspiration and, something I can see because her charity is so amazing. So now you can see that I'm starting to build up the second layer of feathers, and as you can see, I work a little bit thicker so that they're a little more opaque, so that you can see the difference between the feathers in the back versus the feathers in front. And again, just spreading them out, pressing out the sides. It's almost like doing a 3D leaf. If you've ever done color acrylics and you've done a 3D leaf, this is very similar. Just thinning down the center, pressing out the sides, very similar. As you can see, I scrabbled my design on my paper towel, and what you do on a big old flat paper towel doesn't always translate to what you're going to do on the nail. And until you really get on the nail and get a little perspective, you don't really know what you're going to do, even if you pre-plan it. And I actually ended up making this nail look different at the end because I chose not to do my final feathers at the top the way I scribbled them on my paper towel. Still working with my veneer, and if you've noticed, it doesn't dry up while I'm working, and you do want to cure it in an LED light in between. I did cure it after I did that first layer of feathers. If you think that you're going to kind of blend too close together, you can even flash cure. There I go, I left to go in the light. You can flash cure each feather. You know, we're talking like 10 seconds in the LED light just to set it up, and then you can work on the next feather. So for example, that one I just did 2 feathers and then I stuck it in the lamp, did a quick flash cure, and now I'm back. So as I'm pressing out this feather, I'm not going to really mess up any of the feathers I did before. If you're interested in what the rest of this set's going to look like, I am going to post more videos showing the different nails in the collective set. I have some pretty amazing ones. There's a nail that has a heart with an LED light behind it, and the light blinks, and I call it my heartbeat nail. Again, inspired by Alana and her charity. I created that nail because it spoke to me and, you know, these children in hospice. So now you can see that's just layering. That's me going back in the lamp again. Coming out of the lamp now, I'm ready to do my next layer, and again working a little bit drier so that my balls are even more opaque as I do these next feathers. This feather I'm doing here is going to begin sort of the bridge or the shoulder of the wing itself. I was going to go avant-garde and do this crazy pattern I sketched out, but when I started doing it, I actually didn't like it, and I've edited it out. You don't even see where I sort of did it all, took it away. And that's the beauty of veneer, because it's not setting up until I go on the light. I was able to kind of try the top of my feather in the way that I had sketched it, and I hated it, which is alright. You know, like I said, you never know what you're going to get until you get on that nail. So this feather is going to start the bridge of kind of the shoulder of the wing from left to right. And now you're about to catch my mistake, because after this is when I tried to do that crazy pattern at the top of the wing, didn't like it, wiped it off the nail, and started the bridge or the shoulder of the wing, but forgot to start my camera. So I apologize. There I am in the LED light again, and there's where you missed. Just a line left to right, pressed out, gives you the shoulder of the wing, and one last feather to fill in that kind of void area, and it's done. Curing the lamp to finish it off. I like to leave it without any top coat. It should be kind of matted looking. You know, feathers aren't shiny, they're kind of matted. I would like to thank you all for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave comments. I always love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.